This is an example for the one sample Wilcoxon signed rank test. The median lifetime of a certain brand of batteries claimed to be 300 hours. A random sample of 15 of these batteries is taken and their lifetimes recorded. There's your data. You're asked to use a Wilcoxon signed rank test at the 5% significance level to test whether the claim that the median is 300 hours is justified. So with any hypothesis test, I need to start with my 6 steps. Step number 1 is I write out my hypothesis. I then state if it's one or two-tailed, and I identify the significance level. Step 4 is calculating the test statistic. Step 5 is finding the critical region, and step 6 is comparing and concluding in context. So let's start by looking at our hypotheses. Our hypotheses, we should always have a H0, a null hypothesis, and a H1, an alternative hypothesis. In this question, we're being asked to test whether the claim that the median is 300 hours is justified. So I'm going to be using this symbol. This symbol is the Greek letter eta, and it represents population average, so it can represent median or mean. It's good practice to use this rather than mu, in case you are asked, like in this question, for the median. My null hypothesis always states that nothing has changed, everything is as it was before. So for this question, my null hypothesis will be eta is 300 or 300 hours. This question's not asking me if it's increased or decreased, it's just asking me if it's still 300 hours. So the alternative must be that it is not equal to 300 hours. So I've got my hypotheses. Next, I need to decide if it's one or two-tailed and the significance level. Whilst writing this down won't necessarily pick you up any marks, it will help you later on in the question. So, looking at our H1, we have eta is not equal to 300 hours. That makes this a two-tailed test. The significance level is stated in the question as 5%, and remember, if it doesn't state it, you should be using 5% anyway. Now we come to the test statistic. When you're calculating the test statistic for a Wilcoxon signed rank test, you should be following 4 steps. The first one is you calculate the signed difference for each piece of data from the population average. So you may want to pause the video and try and do this by yourself if you've done these before and you're using this as revision. So for each piece of data on the list, I'm going to work out if it is above or below my value 300 and how much. So I've got plus 42, plus 39, negative 35, negative 110, plus 12, plus 98, plus 6, negative 84, plus 2, negative 51, negative 43, negative 22, plus 102, negative 11, and negative 122. Those are my signed differences. Remember, plus or minus is important. And then we're going to use those to help us with the second step. So step B is that I rank those differences from the closest to 0 to furthest away. Again, you might want to pause the video if you're using this as revision to make sure you get this correct. So looking at those differences that I've written in red on the screen, I can see that 2 plus 2 is my number closest to 0. So I'm going to give that a rank 1. Next from those signed differences is 6, so that's going to get a rank 2. Jumping up to 11 is going to get a rank 3. 12, rank 4. 22, rank 5. 35, rank 6. 39, rank 7. 42, rank 8. 43, rank 9. 51, rank 10. 84, rank 11. 98, rank 12, 102, rank 13, 110, rank 14, and 122, rank 15. Remember, if you have a difference of 0, we cannot rank that, and we have to discount it from the data. So step C is to calculate the total for the positive and negative ranks. In my opinion, the best thing to do here is to highlight all the positives so you can separate them into 2 lists. So I have highlighted that 8 is a positive rank, 7 is a positive rank, 4 is a positive rank, 12, 2, 1 and 102, or rank 13, sorry, are all positive. So all those differences are above 300, so they're all positive ranks. So I'm going to add 8, 7, 4, 12, 2, 1 and 13, and that gives me a T plus value, so a total of the positive ranks to be 47. I'm then going to add up my negative ranks, so 6, 14, 11, 10, 9, 5, 3 and 15. And that gives me a T minus, so a total of the negative ranks of 73. The fourth and final step is then identifying my test statistic, and that is the smallest rank total. So out of my two here, 47 and 73, 47 is my smallest and therefore my test statistic. Step 5 is identifying the critical region, and that shows me whether I accept or reject. For a Wilcoxon signed rank test, I need to know my N value. In this question I had 15 in my sample, and I haven't had to eliminate any of those data pieces, so N is 15. So using my formula booklet, finding tables 10, it's called critical values of the Wilcoxon signed rank statistic, so it's a table just for this test statistic. Earlier on in the question I identified that this was a two-tailed test at the 5% significance level, and we've just counted that we have 15 data pieces. So you can see the crossover value here is 25, so that is my critical value. And therefore my critical region is anything that is less than or equal to 25. So finally I am going to compare and conclude. So for comparisons and conclusions I'm going to draw myself a diagram. This is distribution free, so I'm not drawing a normal curve, I'm just drawing myself a scale from 0 to infinity. And I'm going to identify that critical value 25 that we've just looked up in the tables on that scale. Anything 25 or below is considered to be my critical region, so I'm going to shade that in red, and that will be where I reject. My test statistic we said was the lowest of the two T values, and so that was 47, and on the scale from 0 to infinity it goes to the right of that critical value 25. I reject everything that is in the red critical region and I accept anywhere else. So for this question I'm going to accept H0. So to conclude that in context, if I just remind myself of what they asked me to do, they asked me to use a Wilcoxon signed rank test at the 5% significance level to test whether the claim that the median is 300 hours is justified. My H0 will always be that it is equal to 300 hours. So my H0 is saying that it is 300. I'm accepting that it is 300, so I'm saying they're correct. So I need to conclude that in a sentence that is suitable. So my sentence will say, therefore, there is significant evidence to suggest that the claim that the median lifetime of a certain brand of battery is 300 hours is justified.